Hi friends, welcome to Class 8 Geography, Chapter 2, Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. In this chapter, we will discuss separately the different resources like land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife. In connection with our earlier chapter, resources, you have already understood what are resources. So anything which satisfies, in very general term, anything which satisfy our need is resource. So here we will be discussing more about individually the different resources like land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife. You have already read about the different types of resources, classification of resources, and how to conserve these resources. So all these resources are very, very important for us. Today, we will deal about land, which is very, very important resource. We cannot think of life without the land surface. In fact, all our life takes place, all our activities take place over this land surface only. We take birth over it, we do agricultural activities, industrial activities, and lots more. So all activities, human activities, takes place over the land. So it makes land a very important resource. Now, land is among the most important natural resource and it covers 30% of the total area of the Earth's surface. So if you see globe, you will find maximum part is covered by water and it is 70%, and a very little part is your land surface. And out of this 30%, this is very interesting fact. Out of this 30% of land which is available to us, 90% of the people of whole world we can talk about lives on the 30%, 70% is uninhabited and 90% of people is living on the 30% of the land. And remaining 70% land is still uninhabited. Nobody lives over there because that land is in the form of deserts, high altitude mountains, steep slopes, rocky area, snow covered areas, Arctics and Antarctica. So only 90% of the people is living on the 30% of the land, of the total land available, 30% of the total land available, and 70% is still uninhabited. So that makes land still a very important resource to study. Now to understand it, the different types of land, the use of this land, You should think about that where do you live, the place, the region, or the state where you are living. Think on the mind. What kind of terrain you are living in? Some of you must be living in the plain areas. Some of you must be living in mountainous areas. Some of you must be living in the valley areas. So different type of land the people are living in. And that's make it interesting. Because you might have seen that some places are densely populated. And in some places, sparse population. They are sparsely populated. Very few people live in there. Have you ever thought why this happens? Why in some areas more people live and in some areas very less people they live in? So all this is the characteristic of land available to the people. In those areas where land is very fertile, availability of water is there, it supports more population. Large number of people they live in there. And where tough terrains like deserts, high steep and slopy mountains, rocky area, marshy area, very few people live over there. So this uneven distribution of land which differs from place to place. Dear friends, as you know, you come from different places. Again, I will say that think on that. If you have gone out from your houses and have a look of your town area, of a village area, or a city area, or urban area, why large number of people live in some places and why less number of people live in some places? That matters a lot. So this uneven distribution, whether it is desertic area, we talk about the Thar Desert, the Sahara Desert, or any other deserts of the world, you talk about the mountainous areas, the tough terrain, the rocky area, or the marshy area which is full of water. Why so much of difference is there in the terrain? So this uneven distribution of population is due to the varied characteristic of land and climate. Difference in climate is there. Difference in land surface is there. Sometimes the land is very rich, very fertile. Fertility is more. Obviously, large number of people will live on that area. Another important factor is climate. Everybody wants to live in suitable climatic conditions. So large number of people you must have seen that live in moderate climatic areas. You talk about northern plains of India, or if you go to the south in some areas where moderate climatic conditions are there, large number of people they live over these areas. The rugged topography, steep slopes, low-lying areas, desert areas, thick forest cover, normally they are sparsely populated or inhabited. So whether it is desertic area, whether it is dense forest area, whether it is mountainous areas where steep slopes are there, rocky area, very few people lives over there. It affects their life, the terrain, the type of soil, the climatic condition, all it determines the different characteristic of land surface and the people living in that area. Now, densely populated areas, plains and the river valley areas. In India, as I have discussed earlier, the Gangetic Plain, the northern plains of India are very thickly populated because of the fertile soil which comes from the Himalayan region, the mountainous part of the country. And all this fertile soil has been deposited in the plain areas, in the northern plains, and which supports large population. Along with that, availability of water is also a very important factor. You cannot think of life without water. So, everywhere where sources of water, fresh water is available, you will find population in that area. The water is prime need. So, this is about the distribution of, uneven distribution of population, the different type of land surfaces, whether it is a desert area, whether it is a plain area, whether it is a rocky or marshy land. Everywhere you will find differences in population and other factors also they contribute over here. Those factors are climate, soil and availability of water. So by now you must have understood the difference in distribution of population, why the uneven distribution of population is there. Now we will talk about the land use. Now what is land use? In my simple language, the way how we use the land, that is land use. And what is this use? This use is for agriculture, for construction activities, building of roads, industries. All this is land use. And this land use is also determined by various factors. We'll discuss on this. Land use also differs from place to place. As we discussed earlier, the uneven distribution of population is due to the varied climatic conditions, the soil type present in their area. Now here, in this section, land use, we will discuss the various factors which affects the use of land. Dear friends, have you ever seen that in some areas lot of agricultural activities takes place, and some areas forest cover is more, some areas barren lands are there, and some areas are used for grazing. And in some areas, different type of activities is taking place, like industrial activities, urbanization. So it differs. And this difference is due to the various factors. These factors are the physical factors, the human factors. These are the two factors. Now, one by one we will discuss what are these physical factors. Physical factors which determine the use of land. Remember, use of land means how we are using the piece of land. In very simple term, the way how we use the land. We use the land for agriculture, for park, you can say, for forest cover, for orchards, various uses are there. So these factors, physical factors, what are those physical factors? These physical factors are topography, climate, soil, minerals and the water present over that area. Now topography. What is topography? The uneven land surface, whether it is a plain area, whether it is mountainous areas, all this we study under one geographical term, topography. So don't confuse topography. Topography is the type of land, whether it is a plain area, whether it is a plateau area, whether it is a valley area. So that comes under the study of the topography. Next is climate. Very important factor which determines the use of land. You know that a different type of activities takes place in cold climatic areas. People live a different type of life. Their living habits are different. They grow different types of crops. You take the example of our country, the Himalayan part, the mountainous areas where the people live, their type of settlements are different. Where more snowfall takes place, you find cone shape of settlements. The roof is of the slanting type in this way, whereas in plain areas you have flat, lentered human settlements. The food habits are different. The type of crops which are grown on the mountainous areas, they also differ. Similarly, if you go to the southern part of the country, due to the more rainfall in some parts, you have a different type of roof structure. The food which they grow, that also differ. For example, mostly in southern part, coconut is used. You will not find coconut on the mountainous areas. You will not find those spices which are grown in the southern part of the country available on the mountainous areas or in the desert part of the country. Even the cloths which we wear, that also differs accordingly as per the climatic condition. People use different types of cloths in the desert parts. People use different types of cloths in the high altitude where the places are very cold. You go to moderate climatic condition, they wear different types of clothes. So all these are physical factors which we are studying, which determine the use of land. So this is about the climate. Now let's come to the soil. Soil is very, very important factor which determine the use of land. Now, those areas where soil is fertile, more agricultural activities takes place. Large number of people live on these areas. Like we discussed, the northern plains, the river valley areas. You go to the Deccan part, mineral rich soil is there, black soil, which is also known as the rigor soil. There also it supports more population because a lot of mineral resources are available. People are attracted towards that. So large number of industries you will find in that area. Whether it is iron and steel industries, you talk about the cotton textile industries, all you will find in the Deccan part of the country. So mountainous areas in some places, I'm not talking about the river valleys, I'm talking about the top of the mountains. In some part of the mountainous area, the soil is not fertile. Laterite soil is available in that area. So that supports less agriculture. So less number of people lives on that area. In comparison to that, valley areas are thickly populated because all fertile rich soil has been deposited over there in that area. So this is how soil is important factor which determine the use of land. In the same way, minerals, availability of minerals, that is also important factor, physical factor you can say, which determine the use of land. Large numbers of people are supported by the minerals, use of minerals in that area. So it attracts large number of people towards that particular region, towards that particular area. Next is the availability of water. Very, very important. I have been discussing this. We cannot think of life without water. So water is very, very important. Wherever you have fresh water availability, where you have large number of rivers, in those areas you will find that more number of people are attracted towards that area. Where you have salty water, marshy areas, water not available for drinking, unsafe water, in those areas, less number of people live. So that makes availability of water an important physical factor which determines the use of land. Next important factor which determines the use of land is human factor. We ourselves are very important factor. Why? Population and technology. Large number of people, population which live in the particular area, they use the resources in that area, converts more important things of the available resources, and that's make life easier in that area. And that helps in developing more population in that area. So population and technology both are working together over here. Because it is human being, we ourselves, who use technologies to convert the resources into more meaningful resources, available resources. Like minerals which are deep inside the Earth's surface, unless until we extract it and use our technology and we process, make more important things from that, which are useful for us, whether it is utensils, whether it is ornaments, or used for iron industries. So it is the population and technology which comes under the human factor, and it is very important determinant of the land use. You have seen that large number of people, they are attracted, they go towards those areas where availability of all resources are there. People live in that area, a whole market is developed, industries are developed, schools are developed, medical facilities are available. So all this attracts. So population and technology both are contributing as a human factor. I hope this is clear to you now. Now, this land use classification, we can classify this land further into two main categories over here: private and community land. Do you understand what is a private land? What is a community land? Okay. The private land is those land areas which you own yourself, which belongs to you. Privately it is yours. You are the owner of that. And without your permission, nobody can utilize or use that piece of land. For example, your house, the land which is the agricultural land which you own yourself, which is under the land revenue, under the government of India, which is registered under your name. So that is your private property or private land. Another land is community land. Now what is this community land? Very simple. I hope you go for playing outside to the stadium, to the park you go for walk. All these are community land where everybody can enjoy the facilities. It doesn't belong to a single person. Everyone has right over it. The grazing areas, near the village areas, all village people, they can send their whatever livestock they have, whether it is goat, buffalo, cow, to these areas for grazing purposes. So those pieces of land whose facilities are built by large number of people, that is termed as community land. You can also talk about the railway stations, bus stations. All those areas are also part of community area, community land, where nobody can stop you and utilize the things. The parks where you go, the tourist places where you go, the market area where you go, all these are the part of the community land. So now I hope you have understood the land use classification, where only two categories we have discussed, private and community land. Now, we have been using this land since long time. So do you think that any changes on this land surface is taking place? Any changes on this land use is taking place? You need to discuss with your grandparents that 40 years, 50 years back, the area where you live, what was the scenario in that area, whether it was a forested area, whether it was a agricultural area, how many settlements were there during that time, how many sources of water was present during that time, and compare it with the today's situation. You will find a lot of changes, where more agriculture expansion land was available. Now that has been encroached due to the encroachment activities. You will find large number of buildings in the form of concrete jungles have come. Forest cover has been deforested. More network of roads and railway lines are there. So these are the changes in the land use. Where earlier agriculture was there, it has been changed into industries, settlement areas for road constructions or railway lines. So that is the land use change which you have seen. Now this land use, different types of activities we are involved for the change in the land use, that is encroaching the land to build housing, agricultural expansion is there. So all we have discussed. We have been using this land as per our need. Human beings have been using this land as per our need for various purposes without any planning, and result to that various consequences we are going to face, and we are facing due to the unplanned encroachment, unplanned settlements which are growing, construction activities, development, rapid development of industries, forest cover has been deforested due to the development of more industries. The fertile land has converted into barren land areas. It has lost its fertility due to more chemicals present on the waste material which is thrown out from the industries. So this has led to the various kinds of problems our land resource is experiencing now. So these are some major threats: land degradation, landslide, soil erosion, desertification. These are the major threats. So you need to discuss major threats. What are these major threats? Again, I am telling you that the way we have used the land in a very unplanned manner. This is now the high time to think over it, that we are going to face various problems due to this type of land use, where we have become selfish and use these resources have been used in such a way. Due to that, the population, the people living in that area are suffering from various problems. So these major threats is land degradation. Now what is land degradation? Land degradation means when the soil loses its fertility, when then nothing grows over it. You need to put more fertilizers, chemical fertilizers also. So that is land degradation. There are two terms which are used simultaneously: land degradation and soil erosion. Let me discuss on that also. Although we will be discussing on soil erosion in the coming topic. So land degradation is when the soil loses its fertility. Now how does it lose its fertility? It loses fertility due to the industrial development, due to the unplanned agricultural practices, use of chemical fertilizers, deforestation. All this has led to land degradation. Other major threats which are coming, these are landslides. We, for our use, have been developing road network, railway network everywhere in the mountainous areas, in plateau areas. So that has led in landslide activities, and these are very common, especially in the mountainous areas. Construction of roads is the major reason of landslide activities, and along with that, soil erosion. We have already discussed on the soil erosion. Soil is very important. Now how does this soil erosion is taking place? Again, to remind you, degradation and soil erosion, as I said earlier, both are different. Degradation is when the soil loses its fertility. And what is soil erosion? When the soil is washed away by natural agents, like it can be water, it can be wind, it can be glaciers. So all those natural factors by which the soil washed away, that is known as your soil erosion. Every year, you have seen that in the river valley areas, especially in Uttar Pradesh, in Bihar, all these plain areas, river Ganga, river Kosi, they bring floods, and these floods take away the important piece of land. That is soil erosion. When the important piece of land is washed away. Because we have limited amount of land surface and soil. It is not increasing. The land surface is not increasing. It was present millions of years back. The same amount of land surface is there. We have today also. And this land surface, due to the various natural and human factor, is decreasing. So it is an alarming factor. It is a threat. We need to think on it seriously. Then desertification. When an important piece of land, due to the various reasons, it can be physical or human factor, loses its fertility, and the winds, when they bring the different sands from the deserts and it is deposited on the important cultivated area, that is known as desertification. When it becomes unfit for cultivation, that is desertification. When it is converting slowly into arid soil, that is desertification. That piece of land which was earlier very fertile, due to the physical and human activity, is now converting into arid soil. That process is known as desertification, when it becomes unfit for the cultivation. One very good example I would like to share with you, that in Punjab, our state of our country, we have a boundary of Punjab which is linked with Rajasthan. Now, 30 years back, there was a great problem, the issue was there. That major issue was that due to the winds which comes from Rajasthan area, it used to carry huge amount of arid, desertic soil, sandy soil, and used to deposit it all over the important cultivable, fertile agricultural land of Punjab. So it was a matter of concern for the government, because huge area of Punjab, Punjab is famous for its fertile land. So what did the government do? Government, it planned a very good project was planned in that, in between the boundary of Punjab and Rajasthan, a thick forest cover was grown. In kilometer, it was around 30 to 40 kilometers. In width also, it was around 20 kilometers. A huge stretch of forest cover was grown. And it was a sample project. And very important changes they have seen in that area. Now, because the forest cover which has developed in that area has stopped all the sandy winds coming towards this area, Punjab fertile land area. And the important cultivable cultural land, agricultural land, now is protected due to that forest. So it is a natural phenomena which by the human activity has been stopped. This is how you can consider. So desertification you have understood now, where the important soil is converted into arid soil, nothing grows over it, that is desertification. Next is conservation of land. This is very important. We have been using these natural resources since long time. But we are, human beings are selfish by nature. And in fact, for growing population, our country has a huge population. To feed, to fulfill the stomach of this growing population, we need more agricultural land. But due to our unplanned agricultural practices, development of more and more industries, road and railway network, and many more projects which are coming on, we have brought threats. And we need to conserve this important, valuable piece of land. So this conservation of land, various points we will discuss. One is afforestation, means in those areas due to deforestation, which is without the forest cover, we need to grow more and more forest cover. That process is known as afforestation. Then regulated use of chemical fertilizers. We do agricultural activities, and since the green revolution, lot of chemicals we are using, although we needed that and it brought miracles in the agriculture system of India, and there is a lot of changes it has brought in the agriculture system. But one side effect was that due to the use of chemical fertilizers, the fertility of this important piece of agricultural land or the soil has gone down. So we need to check on this. There should be a limitation of use of chemical fertilizers. We should use manures also in place of that. Natural fertilizers should be used. So this is the meaning of regulated use of chemical fertilizers. Limitation on overgrazing. You know that the areas where we have, India is known for its country of villages. Lot of villages is there in our country, and in fact large number of people still they live in village area and do agricultural activities. And wherever the people live in village area, they have grazing areas adjoining to their village. It can be in the form of mixed forest, it can be in the form of grasslands. So people take their livestock, whether it is cow, buffalo, goat, whatever it is, and graze in that areas. But that grazing should be in limited manner. It should be limited. Otherwise, what happens, due to more grazing activities, the land becomes barren. If there is no forest cover, no roots in that area, the soil will be washed away, and this soil is very, very important resource for us. So we need to check on grazing, overgrazing, more forest cover means more fertility in that area, because forest itself produces the natural fertilizer and it recharges the fertility naturally. So more grazing means cutting down of more forest cover, grasses for fodder. So that should be limited. Limit should be there in that. So this is how we can check the conservation of land. So it is very, very important today that conservation of land should be important among all other factors of conservation. land conservation should be the prime objective, because we get all our food from this land only. So I hope you must have understood this topic on land resource. In my next video, we will discuss upon soil and water resources. So I hope you have understood. I will be giving you more assignments. Thank you.